Hey there, friend. How you doing? Welcome to Soulvine. This is Jamie. We are checking in for your energies. Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising will be the most dominant. I hope you had a great weekend wherever you are, whatever you were doing, and the energy was gentle on you. I got to see the full moon rise, and it was just really incredible over the weekend. It was nice and cold, had a fire pit going outside. It was just pretty spectacular, actually. So, we've got 9 of emotions that is upside down, but we'll put that back in. Let's see what Spirit has for you and get you some guidance, Pisces. So first up, we've got the Knight of Materials. We have got the 7 of Voices and then the Temperance energy. Okay. Let's dive in a little bit more. Hermit, Knight of Voices, which is the Knight of Swords energy. We have got the 3 of Materials. We have got the Magician. I feel like smiling. Something's coming on through. Let me just fix up this camera a touch. We have the Ace of Voices, so the Ace of Swords, the 4 of Emotions, and Knight of Materials. Okay, let's take a peek underneath. The Sun, beautiful. Okay. So with the Knight of Materials, the 7 of Voices, and the Temperance energy, I think there's something here. Just because something is moving perhaps slow and steady doesn't mean that there's necessarily anything going wrong. I feel like some approach around a situation or something that you're working towards, or a person that you're potentially dealing with here, could be bringing up something for you around the steadiness or the approach. But I feel like there's a specific method or way of going or way of being here. I'm just getting a sense like, don't be too hasty to make a decision or come to a conclusion around something, okay? I feel like with this 7 of Voices, there could be something, mentally that you're looking at, thinking about, questioning here, which you're absolutely, okay to do that. But just be mindful that the difference between, in a situation, for some of you in relationship, green flag versus red flag, and or past experiences and how they're showing up, in addition to, for some of you, this could be a strategy that you may need to apply, or how to show up in a certain situation, okay? Because 7 of Voices can also be strategy and, working towards something and wanting to get an outcome. But with this Temperance energy showing up here, it feels like whatever this dynamic is right now, that there is something that is taking its time and evolving the way that it needs to evolve, or open up the way that it needs to open up. And if things are on the quiet, or again, the Hermit energy and the Knight of Materials, I feel this Hermit energy is the withdrawing of a situation, but taking its time. It's like someone's trying to navigate here, and this could be you, Pisces, or the situation at hand, navigating, where is this going? Maybe some of you, are sitting down, seeking some signs, seeking some guidance on where you should be, on what you should be doing. And interestingly, with this Knight of Voices and this 3 of Materials, there's going to be some news that's going to come on in about coming together, working together, growing together, or building on something. And this could be something that you've been wanting to manifest. Interestingly, though, too, you gain some clarity, but I feel like whatever this clarity or truth that comes in, it's interesting with this 4 of Voices, which I will clarify, but you do have the 9 of Materials. So when I get these 2 energies coming together, is it that, through a situation you're not feeling good enough, or you're feeling like you're not being recognized or being seen the way that you want to see a situation? But at the same time, I feel like you're manifesting something here, or wanting to manifest something and gaining clarity on it. Sometimes too, when you get into a situation and you think that you want it, but then when you're there, it's kind of like, oh, I'm actually not sure if that's what I want, or that's going to give me what I need, or make me feel amazing, or make me feel successful, or make me feel alive the way I was hoping. So there's a bit of a question mark here on that energy and that situation around this dynamic. But I feel like there is something coming forward about coming together, working together. Maybe there's something you're even going to learn here with this three of materials, right? Because sometimes that can be a leader or someone driving something forward or wanting to drive something forward in collaboration, in togetherness. And again, I feel like this is something that you've manifested, but it's been a time. There's been a time in between. There's been a time in between. I think there's been, a little bit of soul searching going on with this situation as well. If this is not related to a relationship, this could be related to some form of work or something that you're trying to build and create in your life. But again, I feel like you're getting really clear on the things that maybe have been keeping you at bay and potentially a little bit bored, potentially a little unfulfilled. And now something's coming through in excitement to go, I'm finally out of this energy and I'm stepping into this Nine of Materials, because we do have the sun. Look, this burden. You've held your ground on something here, or you've worked really hard or really believed in something. And I feel like for some of you, the fog is lifting. That's how this feels with this sun energy and the 10 of inspiration along with the strength. And this is, further showing up in further confirmation. Let's have a look underneath what is going on that you can't see that could be impacting this situation. All right. Let's have a look underneath this situation, what you need to know. One more, thank you, Spirit. If you're new here, I don't read reversals, just to let you know. I simply connect into the energy. Okay, we've got the Ace of Emotions, we've got the 10 of Voices, and the Star energy. They actually flipped around, but I feel like this is how, as in the Star came out before the 10 of Voices. But I feel like this is the way that the cards want to read out. So underneath here, you could be seeking a new beginning after a difficult ending, or after something, didn't work out the way that you thought. And there could be too, something in your life where things didn't work out and you're looking at stepping into the situation a little bit differently, or applying yourself a little differently towards this situation because you've learnt from something that had ended, quite difficultly, or in a way that was, I don't know the word tragic. That seems to be a word that wanted to come through, something that just wasn't pleasant, the way that it ended. And I think there's just a new way forward here for you. And that's something that you could be navigating, again, whether you're looking for a new job, or seeking a new direction in your life, or in a new relationship, or a relationship that you're trying to work with and revive perhaps. But I do like how we do have the Star here, because that is showing that your faith, your drive, your wishes that you're putting out into the universe, I feel like this is what is sparking and growing for you and supporting you right now. So that's good energy. But I do understand, there's a little bit of navigation that you're going through internally right now to step into that. Where is this all going? Thank you, Spirit. So we have the 6 of Voices and the Strength energy. So some of you know that it's time to move on from a situation. This could be looking at changing locations. This could be looking at exploring new options. But whatever this is, I feel like you're being asked that if you've had some form of niggle, or had some form of like to travel somewhere, I feel the water is relevant for some of you right now. But I feel like there's something that you could be exploring and stepping out or wanting to. And Spirit's kind of asking you here, it's okay to be courageous about that. It's okay to, step outside your comfort zone, because it's going to be really supportive for you. So that's how it's coming on through. We've got the Death energy. Yeah, so something's definitely changing here in support of you, Pisces. Look at this. Beautiful. We've got the 2 of Cups showing up here. And then we've got the Empress energy. So I definitely feel that there's a strong suitor or partnership here, or something that is evolving to the next level. And then we have the Chariot, very much so, okay? Because underneath here, as I said, we've got the Ace of Emotions. So something new or something reviving in your life that is bringing a new feeling or a new excitement. There's something presenting itself here after some ending or after some difficulty that, again, I feel you've been searching for this for a while, or had that, trying to find what that thing is that where something in your life just has made you feel, some of you, yeah, it could be boredom, but I feel it's deeper than that. I feel it's more like there hasn't been something to quench your fire, your thirst in, what should I be doing next? Maybe you've been trying, but there's just nothing catching fire, and I feel with this, it's because there has been some significant ending or some significant change in your life, and you've been hoping for something more, you're desiring something more, but what that more is, I feel you haven't at this point in time, or as you're navigating this, that's what you're trying to find. What is that thing? And I feel like something is going to be coming through after a period of time, or after some evolution that you're going through, that you're going to get that friendship, that person, that opportunity, that client, that new job perhaps, that's going to invigorate this, and something you've been secretly manifesting and calling in, right? And the clarity is going to come with that. That's not going to put you it's basically going to get you out of whatever funk that you may have been feeling time to time, and feel quite strong, independent, growing in terms of your own, I feel, situation, both financially and stability wise. And maybe the first part of that is this, taking this step forward in exploring something new, in going a bit of a different direction, in maybe some of you are moving or going to a new location. But with this strength energy, I think the spirit's kind of saying, hey, you've also got to make that move. I can't make it for you, but I want to present this to you. And this is where new things are going to unfold. This is where new things, it's kind of like you shedding a version of yourself, and I know that can be scary sometimes, but I feel ultimately you're going to do it with open arms in its own way. But this could also be part of the evolution that you're going through, knowing that something about where you're at, or where you're feeling, or what you're doing, something needs to be let go. And I feel that's what's happening here. And you're coming into connection with something that's meant for you, that's really going to invigorate this Ace of Emotions into something more meaningful and deeper when it comes to aligning with that thing, that person, that job that you've been seeking. And with this Empress energy, it's putting you in a very powerful position of growth and expansion. And again, with the Chariot, movement, right? There's a lot of movement happening. There's a lot of things firing up here, and it's something that you get to drive forward here, Pisces. So, I think at the end of the day, it really is about grabbing hold of the reins and where you want to drive forward right now. But I think you're going to do it in a way where you're actually feeling more lit up and more excited about it, because the clarity is going to come through of what this thing is, or where you're meant to be. But I feel like Spirit's kind of gifting this to you, okay? She's sitting in this fourth cup. If you can see this, there's the cup shape. There's the 3, which is the celebration, which is the togetherness, which is the connectivity. And then there's the 3 right there, but you're sitting in the 4th. So you can't see the Ace of Cups trying to show up for you, because you're kind of in it, in the feeling of it, in respect of what's missing. You're looking at that missing piece versus looking at what's there. And I think sometimes when we're a little bit on the down and out, we can't see the trees through the forest, right? Or the forest through the trees. So yeah, I feel like that's a key component here, and that's where the fog is going to kind of lift here, and you're going to be able to see things more clearly. I feel you're going to get a bit more adventurous perhaps, and change things up. And if you haven't or been changed things up yet, or you've been questioning what should you be doing differently, that's what it seems. And it doesn't need to be something major and highly significant in a sense of like turning your whole world upside down, but maybe some of you need that. Maybe some of you are looking at, it's time to change where you're living. Maybe some of you it's time to change the type of work that you're doing. There's something here that I feel you're being pulled or called, and it's in you, you're feeling it, but this is the ask that I think Spirit's got for you, right? What is it that you need to do? What step can you take that's going to get you outside your comfort zone? And I feel like this is where the transformation is really going to occur, and you're really going to connect to this thing that you've been like I feel like you're ready to bite into it, and that's where we're going to really see you expand quite significantly, and you become the universe, as part of the universe, and leading that and driving that forward. And I feel like things are going to move through quite quickly. I feel like there's going to be like a snap kind of energy with this after a period of time where you've kind of felt in this cycle of, is life really changing? Is life really happening here? So I feel this is really, really positive energy for you. So as always, and I like to say, go have fun with it. It's the journey that's the part that allows us to grow, that allows us to expand. But again, the participation is required, right? There is something here that's going to change, and like I said, I feel like the fog is going to be removed, and things will start having a different beat to it, and you get to drive that forward. So I'm going to leave it there. As always, appreciate you being here, and I'll catch you soon.